Anyway, they didn't have a whole lot of money, and so they couldn't buy a piano. And for the first 4 years that I took, I walked to the church every day as a child and practiced at the church. And I remember that my mother went over and talked to the school board and got permission for me to practice up in the top level of what used to be the Washington School down here. And I remember practicing and crying because it was warm. And I thought, oh, yes, it's warm. And I don't know what made me do it. I guess I just had it in me or something, because most children, I think, would not do that. They'd go spend their time maybe and then go home, you know. So my mother, even though she was not musical, made every opportunity to allow me to be. And I remember when we bought our first piano, and I was so delighted. And once again, I say, I opened the door so the neighbors could see I had a piano at my house, because I was so excited about it. And so, you know, I don't want to detail everything too much, so I'll move along rather rapidly. When I was 15, I decided to start teaching. I took lessons from his mother for 12 years. And she said that if she didn't teach teachers, she had failed. So along with taking lessons, she taught me how to teach. And she'd say, now if you were going to teach this, lessons up. And so I attribute a lot of my musicianship with his mother. And I don't know whether you've seen the picture of her over in the Snow Building. The concert hall is named after her. Anyway, so I would start out on Saturday, and I would go out to the Lyman Archer area and teach all morning. Those people said, if you'll come and do that for us, we'll pay you, and then if you will teach the people in the area, they can come to our house. So that's what I did. Then I ate my lunch in the car and went from there out to the Hibbard area and taught out there the rest of the afternoon. Then I went over to Sugar City, which is where we live, and taught people from the Sugar City, Newdale area. And that's what I did when I was in high school for the rest of the time that I lived there. And so, you know, I don't know how much you want of things like this.
Well, I appreciated that you shared that. That's wonderful. I also wanted to know that you are a concert pianist, that you performed as well as taught. Is that correct? And I love what you had to say about the neighbors, that they would ask you to open your doors and windows so they could hear the music flowing from your home. That is just wonderful. And then you mentioned something that your mother said. Would you share that one more time?
I don't know what
about your home.
Oh yeah, my mom just would joke with us and say, "I can't get away from it. It penetrates the whole house. Everywhere I go," because we had kids practicing in the bathroom. She and I would get them up and have them practice, and I'd have a nice breakfast ready so that when they got through, I would be able to give them breakfast before I set them.
So this house was absorbing music and sharing it everywhere.
It seemed to.
That's wonderful. And you taught at Rick's.
Mm-hmm.
And did you teach music? Was there a special
piano and some voice?
And some voice.
And then, how long ago was it when we did the ivory image?
Oh, my goodness. It's been, stopped about 15 years ago, I imagine.
3 of the other faculty ladies, we started doing a quartet, and we called it Ivory Image.
Oh, fun.
And we performed all over until we got to the point where some of us couldn't perform anymore. But yes, I played a lot of concerts, and probably the majority of them, no, not probably, the majority of them were playing with them. And
well, we played a lot together until Ivory Image came along, and then she went in the direction of Ivory Image with her piano performance, and that they played. There were the four adjunct faculty members of this college in piano teaching. Carol Jensen, my Carol, Carol Barrus, Nina Wilkins, and Marcia Bjorn. And they were all excellent pianists, outstanding pianists, and they created a very good reputation. They're featured in concerts throughout the state, and played very exciting programs.
People seem to like it.
It's kind of an exciting thing to see 4 grand pianos up there on the stage.
Yeah, and one time there was a BYU quartet to Provo BYU.
The American Piano Quartet's called. Mm-hmm.
And they decided they want to come up here and all 8 of us play a concert. And that was one of the most fun things I've ever done. And they came and we played with them, and it was fun.